Hey gamers, today we're going to look at the secret of Monte Cristo. Let's check it out. Setup for the game is simple. You're going to dig through this bag and deal out 6 random treasures and put them in each one of the towers here. Each player starts with 2 meeples. You're going to shuffle your player deck right there. You're going to randomly just assort the gems there. Put all the rest of the players' meeples on the land over there. Mix the marbles up something similar like this where everyone has a starting position and then it's kind of even across the board. You'll have your little wooden marker right there where the boats are. You'll even have your score trackers right here and you're ready to go. This game is super simple but very complex. What you're going to do, you're going to just one at a time move through each one of the actions that you see on this board. So the first one is the boat. What would happen is yellow player would go first. What they do is they get as many cards as there are players in the game. So in this case it would be 4 cards. They're going to keep one of these and hand them out to the other player. So let's say he kept this one. That means I can pick up to a value of a 3 for a red gem. So if I have a man here, I'd be able to pick this up. Then I have to give the rest of them to the other players. So I randomly just, I don't know, give them up to the players, but I get this one. Now this one says, hey, I got 1 man coming to the castle. So I can take one of my men and move them over here in the castle with me. And of course the other players, as you see, 2 bags get you 2 men. And if they only have 1 bag, 3 men can come over. So it kind of just bounces out. But anyway, everyone gets a card. After that's done, the yellow player will take their marble and put it in any one of the other 3 stacks, like so. Then it moves over to this angle where green player will start. And green player can move up to 1 to 3 people into the castle. And what they do is they'd start here at the number 1 position at any one. They could put multiple there or put them anywhere. This is going to see if you can get priority, I guess, over others when collecting gems or stealing from the castle. After that, green player does the same thing, and let's say they move over here. Next up is gems. What happens is now it's the red player's turn. They're going to dig through, pick out 3 gems, and they're going to put them anywhere they want. So let's say they put one here, and maybe over there. Okay, again, any one of these 6 towers, they can put them. After that, red player, again, will move theirs and maybe move it over there. Then it goes to blue. Now, what those double arrows mean is 2 things. Either blue can move up 1 or 2 of his marbles, each 1 spot each, so he could say, hey, I want to get first spot here. Or he can move a marble up 2 spots and say, I want to be the first one to get those boat and pick my card. Or he could manipulate the gems here. He can move, he can switch, maybe he has white and he wants to get some white gems, so he can move this up 1, 2. And then shift the others down. So you can impact the value of gems or, of course, your position on this board. Now, once blue player takes his action, he will move to a different area. And as you see, it goes back here. Now, you keep going until it gets to a scoring round. What does a scoring round do? A scoring round happens when someone places the last gem to complete the piece of the pie here. So when there's 4 pieces there, then each tower will score. Okay, even pieces of the pie that haven't been completed. And in this case, red will get a shot to get that 1 white gem. Now they need a bag that says 1 white gem. And if they don't have any in their hand, they can't claim it. Now if the next player has it, and let's say he has 2 white bag card, he could definitely get it here if he wanted. And then he'd take it, put his meeple back into the island because he ran back with the treasure, and then immediately sell this for the value that it had. Remember, blue player, I believe, moved this up 2 spots. So he would get 2 victory points. And then you'd keep going. Now, what would be, who would get priority here? Well, in the case of a tie, if it was here and here, red would go first. But because yellow has a majority, yellow would go first. So maybe yellow wants to be really sneaky and get this 2 yellow bag out before red can claim it. And then now it would be red's turn, and then yellow's turn if you wanted to. Now, if you didn't want to grab a bag or you just couldn't, you would just stay there. In any spots where no one was, obviously no one's grabbing a bag. After that is all resolved and the points are gathered and the people who stole stuff from the castle here go back to land, you'll just keep going over the round. Usually this is when a scoring round happens, and then you'll just keep continuing with the play. Now I forgot to mention there is 4 other spots that you can play 1 time per player at the top of the board here. So when you're placing out people in the castle, each player has 1 of these spots available to them at any time. It's a 1-time use. What they can do, this one gives you 2 victory points. This one gives you a face down card. You just play it in front of you. What does this mean? This is a miscellaneous card. It's a color of any bag because you can combine bags if you wanted to. So for instance, if I wanted to get that 3 red gem and all I had was 2 bags, I could make my miscellaneous count as a 3rd bag and claim it. If you play here, you can put 2 more men out into the castle, and if you play here, you can bring 3 men from the city back onto the island. Once someone hits past 40 points, you finish out the round, and whoever has the most points wins. Final thoughts, what do I think about the game? I've been looking at this game for years, multiple years here. I see it cheap, like 20, 15, 10, even $5 once. And I'm thinking, okay, you're thinking cheap game must not be good. But every time I looked at the rules, I went, this game looks incredible. Well, I finally bought it for like 10 bucks, and my gaming group was blown away. We really were. At first, we were kind of jumping through each one, not realizing the importance of each move, and then you realize, oh wow, there's a strategy here. And then you start positioning marbles in different spots, and you load up on one area, but then you're like, oh no, I need to get over here. If you control who places the gems, you decide who scores, or when a score happens a lot of time, and you put gems in areas you need it. That's very important. Putting men into the castle is very important too. You want to do that, but you also need to pick the right cards. It's luck of the draw when someone else picks for you. When you pick, you can get the cards you need to. If you need to get men back onto the island or more bags, you get to pick. And then moving the arrows, moving the value of the gems is just so important to your game. It's a fundamental part of your game. And even moving your marbles up to get a move before someone else. All 4 of the actions are equally important, and that's what really shocked me about this game. By the way, the production is great. The artwork's great. The marbles are heavy and they're thick. They're huge marbles. And like I said, artwork, the little gems look great. Everything about this is awesome. This is a game that usually just calls out to me because these are those games that flew under the radar, no one ever talks about, and then I get them and find out they're excellent. This is a keeper. This is a super fun game. Better check it out, especially where it's worth the money. This is like a $25 game used, in my opinion. It's got that much gameplay, and the production's really excellent. But anyway, gamers, that's it for now. Until next time, you know what to do. Game on!